Have you ever wanted to invest in Bitcoin, but maybe you didn't know how, or you were afraid that the CEO would be the only one with the Bitcoin password and mysteriously die? Well, now there's a new way that we can invest in Bitcoin, and it's through the Toronto Stock Exchange. Back in early April, on April 9th, a Canadian asset management company called 3iQ announced that it's officially launched a fund tied to Bitcoin on the Toronto Stock Exchange. It sells under the ticker code QBTC.U, and it's called the Bitcoin Fund. If you just Google it, the Bitcoin Fund, it should pop up. It's currently trading at around $12.50 a share. What this fund does is that it gives you exposure to Bitcoin and the daily price movements of the US dollar price of Bitcoin. So what that means is that this fund is traded in US dollars, not Canadian dollars. So it tracks the price and it's all in relation to the US price of Bitcoin, not the Canadian price of Bitcoin. And the other thing it does is it gives you the opportunity to have long-term capital appreciation. Me being a tax accountant, from a tax perspective, Bitcoin and any type of cryptocurrency is taxed under capital gains. So that means any type of appreciation that you have from Bitcoin is treated as a capital gain, much like a stock. So if you purchase it at one price and then you sell it or you use it to buy something online at a different price, that gain or loss is treated as a capital gain or loss. So this fund, while you are investing in a piece of Bitcoin, you're not able to actually use it to pay for things online, but it's used as a stock that follows the price of Bitcoin, so that the main intent is that as the price of Bitcoin increases, your stock price will also increase. So this gives any investor now the opportunity to get exposure to Bitcoin, much like you could get exposure to the price of gold or oil through an ETF. We now have this option with the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Now this is the first kind of fund of its kind, and it just so happens to be on the TSX. And I think it really opens the door for some other cryptocurrency funds to enter the market. I don't know much about cryptocurrency, but I do know that Bitcoin is planning on doing a halving in mid-May. And what that means is that the new supply of Bitcoin is going to be cut in half. Now, while we may think that that might lead to an increase in price because there's going to be less supply, there's actually talks that the price of Bitcoin might be decreasing after this halving happens. So for me personally, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not take this as your own financial advice, but I'm personally putting some money aside and really eyeing what's going to be happening with the price of Bitcoin in these next few weeks. And if the price does go down, I might see about putting some money into this account as kind of a speculative buy. And what a speculative buy means is that it's basically a guess or a hunch on how the stock is going to do. Obviously, based on guesses and hunches, the amount of money that you're going to put in isn't a lot compared to your total portfolio. It's going to be a small percentage. Most recommend 5% or less of your total portfolio should be speculative buys, and I think Bitcoin definitely falls into that category. It has the opportunity to both have huge gains but also crazy losses, because no one really knows exactly what Bitcoin and what these cryptocurrencies are going to look like in the future. There are some crazy analysts out there that do think the price of Bitcoin is going to skyrocket over the next few years. Right now, Bitcoin currently trades at $12,500 in Canadian dollars. Where it will go in the near future, nobody knows for sure. But if you want to join along for the ride, I recommend taking a look at this Bitcoin fund on the TSX. Now again, I've mentioned it before, but I'll just let you know again that the Bitcoin fund, it's trading at $12.50. That's in US dollars. So if you don't have US dollars in your portfolio, you're going to be hit with the exchange rate. And as of right now, the exchange rate is one Canadian dollar is worth about 71 cents American. So there is quite a bit of an exchange rate to factor in if you're going to make this buy. So I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know that there is this new Bitcoin option if you wanted to get some skin in the game when it comes to Bitcoin, but weren't sure how to before. Now there's a new, easier option to get in. If you got value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below if this is something you're going to be considering in the future, or if you've already bought some. Let me know in the comments below. So that's it for me. I'm Nick from Nick's Taxes. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a great one. Bye.